Le 6 mai 1987, l'Afrique du Sud vote. Ces élections sont exclusivement réservées aux Blancs. Nous avons filmé la campagne électorale à Krugersdorp, petite ville minière située à 25 km de Johannesburg, où s'oppose le Parti national au pouvoir depuis 1948 et le Parti conservateur créé en 1982 par l'aile droite du Parti national.
Hello.
Hello.
Where do we go to, Julie?
This way.
Ja, je kan hem met jou, Jan. Lekker, dankie. Vreeslik dankie dat ons hier by jou huis kan wees. Dis dierbaar van jou om ons so te ontvang en te lekker. Ek is seker ons gaan dit almal, ek gaan dit verder baie geniet, want ons is al reeds besig om presies dit te doen. En dit is vir ons regtig 'n voorreg om hier by u te wees.
Ons het kom so eenkant.
Ek wil net kyk wie dit het so ons het gegroet. Ons het goed. Hallo.
Leo.
Lekker dankie.
Sit aan, dan sit ek langs jou. Hierso.
Ek wil net vra vir die kandidaate nou. Kyk, die konservatiewes propageer 13 tuislande. Die 13e een is ons. Nee. Nou gaan die Indiër hulle sin kry. Nee. Wat gaan verhinder as hy sy tuisland wel sal hê om sy ou boet van Indië af te neem?
Kom ek regtig
Kyk, daar is my probleem.
Kom
Ek
ek sê
skiet
nou
hom
van-
al stem nie vir hom.
Oom, jy kan nie, hierdie stories van 13 grondgebiede is absolute nonsens, want waar is die, daar's nie 'n enkele Indiër wat 'n Indiër tuisland propageer nie, daar's ook nie kleerlinge wat dit propageer nie, en ek dink ons, enige iemand wat daai argumente glo, dat dit haalbaar is.
Nee, ek glo dit nie, maar ek stel net as dit.
Ja, nee,
Kyk die as. Ek het nou daar vir 'n groot kapie hier gesê, ek sê, weet jy wanneer gaan julle in bewind kom? Hy sê nie, weet ek sê na die jaar 2000.
There you are. So I'll probably cut it up in smaller pieces so they can handle it individually.
I think you're recording very good boerenwoord hier.
Krugersdorp is the best tourist town in South Africa, with all
the things, the game park, the bird park, the caves, the highest mountain, sand-made mountain, there you can see it, right there, is the highest sand-made mountain in the world. And on the north side of, there it is the highest point here on the Witwatersrand.
Yeah.
All the rain that falls there,
Yeah.
what falls on the south side go to the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
What falls on the north side of that road goes to the Indian Ocean.
Yeah.
But people don't realize what is there to see in Krugersdorp.
Tommy, what's happening today? Why are we having tea?
Minister Pickwater is coming to have coffee with us this afternoon, or tea, if you like. We're very excited. It doesn't happen every day in Krugersdorp.
Ken je van je geboorte?
Your ladies are members of the Nationalist Party. Yes. And what does the Nationalist Party mean to you?
Our future.
Your future?
Yes.
And what is the future?
Well, National Party. National Party, yes. Members?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, the members.
For how long? For how long have you been members?
Oh, since I can remember.
And what does the Nationalist Party mean to you?
So much I can't tell you.
Really?
Everything.
Everything?
Yes.
And you see the Nationalist Party as the future?
Yes, it's the only party that's got a future.
And you, sir, also?
Zij vragen of die nationale partijen de toekomst heeft. As a national party.
Definitely, there's only one party in the country what you're talking about. In South Africa. If we haven't got PV Botha there, I mean, what's going to happen to the country?
Julie, do you understand Afrikaans or do you want me to speak in English?
Well, you can speak what you like.
Can I
whatever
speak
you
both?
want to.
Julie Henderson lives in Krugersdorp and she's doing a project on the election in Krugersdorp. She's had the permission of the presiding officer, the electoral officer. She's been in the nomination court. She's had the permission of this party, certainly, because we believe we have nothing to hide. I'm not sure whether she has the permission of the other party, but she's also running interviews. So we'll see a lot of Julie Henderson and whoever is accompanying her. Dolly's accompanying her as her technical sound assistant, I think. But welcome, and we'll give you all the assistance you need from us. The National Party, as I've said, have nothing to hide. You can speak to anybody here present because we only have one leader and one policy. Julie, so thank you very much, meneer Botha. Ek gaan nou met u 'n woord gesels, maar baie welkom hier. Ek wonder of u nie net sommer net ter wille van die rekord vir die dame net wil sê goeie dag en dankie nie. Dan gaan ons twee nou met mekaar verder praat.
U weet dat as vliegtuie land dan het die lugvaardinne altyd so 'n rympie kort voor 'n vliegtuig land. Dit gaan min of meer so, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to land at Jan Smuts Airport. Please fasten your seat belts now. Make sure that your seats are in an upright position for landing. And do not smoke until you're in the airport building. And the other day, one of them lost her lines a bit and got confused. And she said, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to crash at Jan Smuts Airport. Please extinguish your safety belts. Make sure your legs are in an upright position. And do not breathe until you're in the airport building. Now, what I wanted to say is that is how I feel today. Ek weet nie altyd so mooi reg waar ek elke oomblik is nie, maar ek weet nou as ek in Krugersdorp verseker. By Leon en by vriende wat ek natuurlik hier baie goed ken.
gestaan het en aangedui dat hulle na my wil luister, dat ek sal die nasionale party lei om dit wat hy vir homself opeis te gun aan elke swart man, elke Indiër en elke kleerling in hierdie land. Elke wit man wat geld maak uit swart mense uit, ek daag jou uit hier in Kreersdorp, sit 'n bord op jou winkeldeur, wit mense alleen. Ek daag jou uit.
Policy be brought to fulfillment?
Well, we have the present tricameral system, which gives us a governmental structure for whites, coloureds and Indians. We can then use the present democratically elected coloured and Indian representatives as the basis for the governmental structure for the separate political entity which we intend providing for the coloureds and also for the Indians. The blacks already have their self-governing territories, 4 of which are already independent, and it's just a case of continuing with the process and leading them or helping them to full political independence.
Do you think they'll accept this, the black community?
I'm sure they will. If you have a look at the history of the country over the last 30-odd years, from 1951, when we had 62% of all of the blacks living around our cities, until 1978, when we had an average of 72% of all of the black nations living either within their traditional territories or in the immediate surrounds, the policy was working, and we are still puzzled at the reversal by Mr. P.W. Botha, because there was no reason to reverse it. People were voluntarily moving to their traditional areas, and we believe that if we provide the employment opportunities in those areas, the people will automatically return there because they prefer living there.
Ons sê is uitgedien omdat toe jy die kleurlinge en die Indiërs ingebring het jy hulle voet in die deur gegee en agter daardie 2 groepe staan die groot massa van swart mense wat sê as jy hulle Indiërs op die tafel van die regering kan hê, dan het die swart mense nog meer reg om op daardie tafel te sit. Ladies and gentlemen, there are certain political models suggested for South Africa. The one is which I would call the one race model. The one race model, according to the ANC. Only one race, the black race. The black race in South Africa, dominating everybody else, chasing us into the sea, which can only be achieved over the dead bodies of millions of whites and coloureds and Indians in this country.
KP. Toen is KP.
Die teelroep van de Nationale Partij wen met een meerderheid van 1800.
Kleerlinge! Daar is nog veel kleerlinge!
Goffels!
Goffels!
You know, everybody in this country today, they've been expecting terrorists coming in from Zambia and Angola. They were trying to frighten the people of staying away from the elections. But I've never seen a terrorist yet. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever, not in this country. I think the Nationalist Party is responsible for losing themselves, only through their own follies and their lies and their bad propaganda.
Hy terroriseer homself, man.
Ja, jy weet soos dit gewoonlik is, het môre al die kriegerdorpers KP gestem. Elke tweede ou wat hier raakloop, gaan vir jou sê hy het KP gestem.
Hep hep! Hooray! Hep hep! Hooray!
Sippy.
I've got a friend of mine
Mr.
here.
Darby Lewis.
Yes. I've got a friend of mine, Marius.
Vlieg heil!
Yeah!
Ce mouvement, dirigé par Eugène Terblanche, se définit comme un mouvement culturel, défenseur de la culture et des valeurs traditionnelles africanaires. Il se prononce pour le maintien strict du système de l'apartheid.
Ek soek na apartheid, apartheid, apartheid. Ek soek na apartheid, apartheid vir my. O, hier is apartheid, apartheid, apartheid. O, hier is apartheid, apartheid vir my. Ek soek na my volksstaat, my volksstaat, my volksstaat. Ek soek na my volksstaat, die volksstaat van my. O, hier is my volksstaat, my volksstaat, my volksstaat. O, hier is my volksstaat, die volksstaat van my. Ons hart van donderlose smarte, nog groei geen grasie op die heilige plek, waar grond en plek die bleekgebeente sterk, van wie die liefste was in onze harte. Hoe kan ons die zwart vergeet nie, die kale graf te roep, onthou, onthou, gedenk die lyding van jou kind en vrou, wat God alleen geen sterflik mens kan weet nie. Dames en heren, meneer Eugène Terblanche.
Hy lê in die berge, in die warm Afrikaner son. Kommandant Gideon Schippers, die heliografis. Uitspeel so hy die stryd van die boere, laat blits en straal. Uit die son van Afrika, so hy sy boodskappe stuur aan sy burgers en met die generaals praat. Tot die dag, toe die Britte rondom hom in hulle derduisende hom vastgekeer het, die jong boer van maar net in die 20. En van 'n hoër berg sing sy generaal aan hom Schippers, gee oor, hulle lê om jou, duisende, gee oor, en red die lewe van jouself en jou mense. En hy antwoord in die destydse spreektaal in Nederlands, wy kent dat woord niet. Geachte meneer die voorsitter, donker somber afloopkant van Afrika, in jou doodse slaap van duisende jare, onder jou woeste vryheidswinde, wag hy vir die koms van 'n volk. En die Engelse samelsmank, wenend sit pynkoppe by afgebrande mure na die Engelse oorlog. Weg is sy veekuddes, honger sy loop, om uiteindelik by Kreersdorp om werk te gaan pleit in die myn. Dis u vaders en u wat Kreersdorp gebou het. Dis u wat hom uitgehol het met u vader se krag en se sweet en se traan en se teringhoes het u Kreersdorp stad gebou. Nie die swarte, nie die Engelsman, nie die Jood, dis die boer, die Afrikaner.
Transmission.
Well, make your box oil so sugar. Engine oil.
Uzinene wazala angazi next. So manje siqhuba grand noZinene. uZinene sekayabona ukuthi no izinto zihamba kanjani yabona. Even noma ngekho ngiyakwazi ukumtshela ukuthi nezwini into ethile ikhiphe. Mangibuya la ngiyakhona ngithola ukuthi noZinene sekazikhiphe zonke la idea. Even i-engine lapha masenza i-engine ngiyakwazi ukumtshela ukuthi nezwini lidenge into ethile. Ingena kanje. Ikar mines into ethile. Car mines into ethile. Yabona. Even nano nje nangale la hlala ngakhona mafika ngale mabona abaloko babhayiza. Ukafike nje at start. Lapha ku starter. At starter lapho. Dome car. Uzwede.
Yabona lena i-head cleaner. Le ngaphansi kwe-head cleaner le carburetor. Manje le car le i-full injector manje i6 cylinder. Lena i-tapered cover. Lapho kuhlala khona ama-tapered. le ibhetri le alternator lapho kumonyathela amabhriki ngale ngaphakathi nensimbi le ingena ngapha phakathi iphusha umoya iphuma la ku inlet manifold mangabe uwenza lapha ngaphakathi entweni ama-wipe la izoduma lo mshini lo bese amanzi aphuma la angena kule pipe leli le pipe leli lihamba bese liphuma lana bese-ke aphuma amanzi-ke sewathele ifastera-ke clean ifastera bese amawapha ayasula.
Name those animals. We have F. F stands for which animal there? Which animal is that one? Under F. Yes, stand for what? Spider. Exactly, it's the spider. Here we have with backbone. And this side without. Exactly, a young that catches from the egg. So now on page 6 there, we've got some different kinds of animals.
Nein, Matt, ja, gut, aber
hlale la uri hlale khona la panamabasa slam akatsipi utsipe nini hey
Itatatamu.
À Soweto, tous les 2 mois, au jour fixé, les personnes âgées touchent leur retraite. Avant le lever du soleil, s'organise une longue attente.
Ke malwetse fela.
A se na nnete.
Ke pension sifumana xa sine-60 njengoba sihleli apha njengoku sivela kuyo ngoku sesiza kuduka ke ngoku.
Thina esingenabani sisafara kakhulu. Asina discount ezindlini sibhatala njengabasebenzayo. Asina nix abasiniki nalabo kuthiwa thina sizwa ukuthi ebusika nje sike sithole namabhayana. Asitholi lutho.
Andithi ngoku i-194 kule nyanga. Iyayimane sihla iphindi. Hayi. Ongenabantwana yena hayi akho kuncedakala. Kubhetere xa unabantwana.
Bambi uyagula ke ngoku ma awukwazi uthumela umuntu azothatha imali yakho
Bavumi my lady, bavumi. Funeka ufuna into ikuthwale, ikuzise ixesha. Uba awuphumelelanga kanjalo uyodwa uyifumane kule yanyanga.
Ungabisayifumani ubungayifumananga.
Hayi ke mntana bakunika. Bayakunika. Kodwa kubutsala nzima ke udlani ke leso sikhathi. Udlani kuleso sikhathi ulele phansi. Uthwalwa yini ukuya ekliniki ngoba ukuze uthole uncedo siye ekliniki. Ayikho into yokuthwala kuye ekliniki. Bawufuna into imali. Abasizameli nemizamo lokuthi sibe nento esikolekayo uma ungaphila.
200 rand a year for 2 months here. After 2 months, no be better. 200 ira. I get 190. I get 190. 190. I get a kwa hai. Obi te patala yo te dikola to se tsochile tsa kgwedi e fitileng. Wo patela dikola to tsele tsa kgwedi e fitileng. O reka bupenyana ka kgwedi e. Ele bjane e tlang ele ga una nix. Ka se mala ka ke wa kae? 5 rand. Next. Sana.
Le bana bo ba re tshwanetse ka go gola kwa bankeng ga ya pasa
ka 3 o'clock or tsohile 3:30 se re le mo bosigo bo bo isa re le mo ga le re emme go na le ba 4 ba fitlhileng ka bo 4 Vale, a hona tiro, a hona nexi, a hona nexi re crea.
Utala ngase. Runa ya no. Ka fore monna. Ba santse ba re dutse hodimo. Re hola le bona mabula. Re fitile mo ya Johannesburg e sebeteng. Johannesburg e holela ho runa. Batsonga ru.
Pe sentse ya dikolotong tsa bona hape wa batho ba.
A ke ntuleta
re tla gola go le go a gona go le go di ro gola ka la be go di tsela tse di tlantsela
se ba tla go ya ka makgowa
re ka di tla di ka tswa rona bela go tse ka jeko o lo bo le ba la tla be semela to hola ka jeko re bere ka melaki
wa makgwa ba e gola
o ka se re
Awu umdogo awu niyakwazi ukwenza
ayikho nemali esiyibambile yakhona ngalo ngabhadali wethu hayi kusafana nje
yabanani
siphandle vele
Alexandra est le plus vieux township de Johannesburg. Le dispensaire d'Alexandra est le seul équipement médical pour cette communauté qui compte plus de 100 000 habitants. Ce dispensaire est indépendant. Les médecins choisissent d'y travailler et son fonctionnement est garanti par des dons d'organisations et de particuliers.
Patient. Hein?
Oh, God. Yeah, I don't even know what.
We can die. And tomorrow I want to say, we can, no, we can't go, Balos, there's no bed, is bed. Yes, his lab. South Africa, lab. One is there, is dead. The whole lot is there, is dead. He can show you all, and another one can show next time. Next time when we come in, he said, you're very ill.
But how are you related to him?
When he called me, he say uncle to me.
Are you the uncle?
Yes.
Okay. And he's living at home? His
No,
family?
yeah, he live with me.
He's living with you?
Yes.
Sure. I'm sure.
Is he on any treatment at the moment? Is he epileptic? Has he ever had
He
fits?
was going to the witch doctor.
When his phone is here, there's no
Yeah. When did he go to the witch doctor?
No.
That was maybe 2 times.
2 times.
Does he produce sputum? or
Mawukhwehlela
coughing?
kuphumele.
Angikhwehleli.
Awukhwehleli. Ungani uthela uyakhwehlela?
Uhlungu nekhanda.
Awusho ukuthi uyakhwehlela kunesi lapha eholweni. Manje waye uthi kudoktor ukhwehlela.
Angikhwehleli.
Wena unaqiniso yazi.
Most of us who come and work in clinics, in hospitals,
Awukhiphi isikhwehlela mawukhwehlela.
don't speak the language of the community that we're dealing with. And so that becomes the first problem as far as I'm concerned, that communication barrier is great. And although an interpreter is there, you lose completely what the patient's trying to say to you, what you're trying to get across to the patient.
You must have a radial pause in this one.
One of the problems here is to actually communicate, to discuss with the community when it's a state of emergency, nobody wants to come to meetings, it may be illegal to hold meetings, and when large numbers of people are in detention. And it is very difficult to, we can talk to individuals, but it is very difficult to talk to organizations. Okay. Lalata. Okay, relax.
Did I have this chocolate?
That's terrible. And over here? Nothing over here? Let's see you take it. Come.
Have a seat. Put your foot up here for me.
Yep. Don't break it, please.
No, I'm not going to break it.
The
I'll be
last
gentle.
one now.
Now you got this one still.
No, please. Got one for the acceleration. Please. Don't do that. You, yay. It's all right, it's all right, it's all right.
It's all right, 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 it's all right. Yep, there starts. Yep. There start the pains. Yeah, I can feel no so there.
That's so?
Yeah, it's so. Oh, God bless me, and God bless Africa and South Africa, and God bless Alexander. God say I must go to church every Sunday. Now you're killing me.
Let me just try.
Yeah, I feel very great. I feel very great. Take me a photo and then you must put it to a Sowetan and send it to Mrs. Tashan overseas. And tell Mrs. Tashan that, hey, Petros is okay, he's coming for a boxing.
Who stabbed you?
No, I don't know.
You don't know. Why did they stab you?
No, I don't know. Say come here. I don't know. I say, I'm looking for a money.
For the money?
Yeah.
Okay.
I say, I've got no money in my pocket. Say, I'm keeping all happy. Say.
Okay. How old are you?
I know.
How many years?
23.
23 years.
There is enormous violence in the township, and people are being brutalized to an unbelievable extent. And one of the things that worries us is how can people young people who are being brutalized in this way form stable, loving, trusting relationships with each other? And what are the implications for this brutalization for the next generation? Also, I think that it's quite a special community, Alex, that the people of Alex are a community in a way that many other geographical communities in this country have much less community spirit. There's been a long history of resistance. People live under appalling slum conditions, but there is a vitality and sense of cohesion about the community.
L'idée de départ était de filmer le travail d'un photographe de presse, une façon de suivre les événements quotidiens. Alf Kumalo, le photographe, s'est fondu dans la foule. Nous avons conservé pour cette courte chronique 3 moments de lutte.
Yes, sir. How many people are there? 66. How many? 66. How many plates do you need? 66. I can't give them 16 plates. I must give them 2 plates.
Please, free the children.
I'm out of jail. Maybe I can do something. Oh, thank you, God. I was suffering in jail. But I'm hungry. Let me go to my father's house.
Jikelele phambili. Abuya Tambo Tambo.
phambili nge-socialism phambili phansi nge-apartheid phansi phansi ngababulali be-apartheid phansi asiwutholi thina umholo wasebenzi sithola amasensi wokuthenga ithikithi sithola amasensi wokuthenga isinkwa nempuphu ukwenzela ukuthi sikwazi ukubuya futhi emsebenzini ngelanga elilandelayo. We were working as slaves. Kwabonakala abasebenzi ukuthi to maintain slaves is a big job and it is an expensive job.
So we are going into the Bantu stands in Pantevele and destroy Umbakoto. We will go into Leboa and destroy Tariasechava. We will go into Kazangulu and demolish Shimogo Sharishaka. We will go down to Kashavutelezi and demolish Ingata.
À Krugersdorp, en 1881, les bourgs se réunissent autour de Paul Kruger, leur futur président, et décident d'entrer en guerre contre les Anglais. Ainsi débute la première guerre des bourgs. En 1886, Krugersdorp connaît un fort développement avec la découverte de l'or. Aujourd'hui, cette petite ville blanche typique de l'Afrique du Sud fête son centenaire.
very, very interesting history, how your mother and father came here to Krugersdorp.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about it?
Yes, you know, in the days of World War, they had a tremendous lot of people on the outskirts of the towns, you know, and living there. Men were all, especially in the Afrikaans, men were all fighting. And my dad was also a soldier in the war. But my mother, Lord Milner, I think it was, asked for volunteers from England to come and teach in these big, what they called burger camps.
Yes, they're the things we know today as concentration camps.
No, they weren't concentration.
Oh, they weren't?
No,
Oh.
they were called burger camps.
Oh, in those days, yes.
In that time. And there were a tremendous lot of children, you know. And she agreed to come, you know, she signed as a volunteer to come and teach.
Oh, as a teacher in one of these
she
camps?
was from Birmingham in England.
Oh,
you know,
yes, yes.
And she volunteered, much against the wishes of her parents. Africa was supposed to be the dark continent full of, you know, wild beasts and wild men and wild folk, you know, and black people. And, but she came, she signed and got away.
Al hierdie graffies wat hier lê is met die konsentrasiekamp in die kamp hier by Parekraal, waar Parekraal Hospitaal nou is, was die kamp gewees. En hier het al die wat toe daar dood gegaan het en siek geword het, toe was hulle deur die Engelse sommer 'n klomp in een graf gesit. En soos wat die grafte nou lyk, is nie wat die Engelse gedoen het nie. Dit is wat die boeremense gedoen het, self die grafte reggemaak. Maar is duisende wat in die grafte gesit is en dan selfs die vrouens is dood. Hulle is meeste dood aan hongerte. Is ma se pa toe oorlog toe?
Ja.
En toe waar het ma toe gebly?
Toe ons in die kamp gebly.
Toe ma in die kamp gaan bly. Ma en wie nog?
My ma en vir susters.
Van ma se stiefsusters?
Nee, my eie susters.
Ma se eie susters. Toe ma in die kamp gaan bly.
Ja.
Waarin het ma toe gebly?
Ons het in 'n tent gebly.
Hoe was dit toe nou na die oorlog? Hoe was die lewe toe gewees?
Die was maar swaar.
Was maar swaar. Al die mense was maar baie arm en so toe gewees. Maar die Engelse het toe al hulle goed gevat, hulle beeste, hulle hoenders en alles.
Alles gevat.
Die huis aan die brand gesteek.
Ja, alles in die brand gesteek.
And what about the future? How do you see the future?
Well, I still have hope. I still think that if we're going to bump our heads and fight each other, and God help us, there's no future. Because, you know, we've got a tremendous responsibility in this country. We have not only our own people to think of, we've got the very, very backward people, such as the black people and so on. The coloureds and the Indians are very sophisticated, especially the Indians are very cultured and very sophisticated. But the black people have had a tremendous uphill battle, and it's up to us to, as Leon Wessel said, to put his finger on there, is to educate. It's because they weren't properly educated in the past that they don't understand what's going on, and they are ripe for terrorism, because they don't know anything else. You see? They don't know what decent living is, and and it's up to us to bring them up to that state of. Otherwise, we're going to have a bloody revolution here. I mean blood, not swearing. But unless we can solve those problems together.
Afrikaans sort of involves us
with a unique nation, a nation that was on its knees and has now stood up again and can stand up in the world and look around, look at the world in its own eyes and say, anybody who makes it difficult for me as a South African and withholds any type of instrument, foodstuffs or what might be, we'll grow our own, we'll make our own. And the South African, the Afrikaner, as I am, and most of these people here, they know what adversity is. And they know that everything just doesn't come to them. They had to fight for everything they've ever got in their life. They will continue fighting. God is king, and he will show us what to do. We are his children, and we say also, God bless you. May you be available for South Africa as these Afrikaans people for many, many years to come. Bless you.
La politique de classification raciale et de déplacement forcé, décidée en 1950, est une des bases de l'apartheid. L'une de ses applications a été le regroupement des différentes communautés non blanches dans les townships, le homeland, le bantustan attribués par l'administration. Depuis 25 ans, plus de 3,5 millions de gens ont ainsi été déplacés. En 1980, le gouvernement décide la destruction de Western Township où habitent les Métis. La population refuse cette décision et organise la lutte, mais en vain. Chaque jour, on déménage de nouvelles familles dont les maisons sont immédiatement détruites. Mabeta est une des dernières rues de l'ancien Western Township.
Philip, vertel my van die nuwe huise en wat sal gebeur.
Ek sien dan dit is bietjie dit sal bietjie swaar is. Anders moet hy deposito betaal. En niemand werk in die huis nie. En as die miskien die council sê ons moet nou trek, jy verstaan, en dan ons moet nog reis, dan het ons nog nie die deposito om te betaal nie. Dan moet ons nou wag tot my pa nou sy pensioen toelaag kry. Dat ons het betaal. En nou, dit sal bietjie hard gaan, want dan moet ons nou die deposito betaal en die water en ligte vooruit betaal. En dat is baie goede wat ons nodig het vir die nuwe huis, want het is nou 3 slaapkamers. En ek moet my slaapkamer regmaak, want op die oomblik het ek nou nie 'n slaapplek vir myself nie. Ek slaap maar in die voorhuis en so aan.
Well, I should say we are all becoming friends, you know, living in the same street. In other words, growing up together, get to know each other well and so on. That's the way how we become friends, actually. Used to play soccer together, such things. Now life is going to be difficult. We're going to encounter a lot of things now. Hardship, I should say it's going to be harder now.
In what way?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the rent. First point, it will be the rent. Secondly, yeah, we didn't used to pay water and lights and So it's totally a new life to us. In Old Western, I should say, we lived in harmony, all of us, you know, understand each other better, neighbors and all that. So I'll miss the old place. It's just the houses were old, but life here was fantastic, I should say.
These are nuts! Kom, doe! Kom, sta er niet vast in daar zo. Kom, doe niet, kom! Kom, jullie twee daar zo! Kom! Kom, jullie met die bal, zo!
Love is what we've been searching for. Now that we've got it right here in our hands, I'm gonna spread it all over there. Now that we found love, what are we gonna do? With this sweet loving baby. Now that we found love, what are we gonna do? With this. Now we got it, what we gonna do? 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 Now that we found love, what are we gonna do? With this sweet loving baby. Now that we found love, what are we gonna do?
Nee, maar Beta-straat was niet. This was the best street ever. Translate? You mean in Western, wat de straat was die beste?
Life, sports,
als je nog praat van een straat, maar Beta.
Nee, is waar, Rich.
There was never ever a murder committed in the street.
No.
While we were here, never up in this place. Never.
Most of the people. No, Western is part of Mabeta. You know, Mabeta is part of Western. But the fact of the matter is that it can still produce highly qualified people, you know? Like doctors. 3 doctors. I mean 3 priests. Huh? I think he got his certificate when marriage wasn't in fashion anymore. He's married to a sister, I'm married to a sister, he's married to his wife.
It's your brother-in-law. Why don't you just...
Yeah, okay, but we both
short, sweet and simple
married in Mabeta Street. And I'll tell you one thing, I think...
Do you like Mabeta Street?
The cherries on Mabeta Street, the cherries of the Mabeta Street, the women of Mabeta Street, they're better than the men.
No, I said the men of Mabeta Street. Vex, is there any problem?
I can't speak, I was too violent.
And I know that's why I never used to pass here. I had to go Belendin Street because your violence.
That makes me like becoming a man in this place. Right. You know, I know I can hit really hard, but I never knew how to stay. And other friends say, hey man, this guy, look how he's standing, he's fighting you. Actually, look, my feet are fucking.
He said 2 feet. Blow me. They hold you down. Hey, hold you down. What is that? You know, can die fast. I'll only batteries in the program. I change the batteries. And you can drop batteries.
Could you tell us where you've been to today?
Well, I've been to the office, and from the office sent me to a town, to a big office, back again to the same office, and then I was disappointed on that, so I couldn't get a place.
What is the office? What is the office?
I beg your pardon?
What is the office?
In the office, in the rent office, yes. Was in the rent office and house department, I was also there. I can name of fight hono. Korkinekili Yongo as far as 19 years. Yeah, 19. And then from there Kebekinyalwa. And then really Momea Street. Reach Momea Street until Hofikella Gigi Azena. Gigi Azena. So Ebelo Rona non really Agera Fudukel again go number 100 Ray Street. Produce number 100 Ray Street. Gigi Granza Tomako Dimo from Toby Street. Zato Tabato. And then Rone Veria from 100 Ray Street Everia Kosoli Street. Yeah, Evera Sol Street. Refitare na from number 74. To mo Gigi are creating for. And then Gigi Hanzaya is taking a levanaba. Kuro Omokolo must Nikinal Vanaba 4. From Korena, go Willie Street, but again back to Morris. And from Morris, Mudipuleng, go Habari, GGR Zwanka 6 o'clock in the morning. Utor Zaka 6 o'clock in the evening. Habai Bile Harry, Zwabo, Neka was 7 o'clock about 2. Rutuleka 6 couple 7 about 2. And then Rutot was 7 at couple 6 o'clock. Coronari Sancontlungio, Pilififi, Kilisway. Harzer carrying refella, fella, say, Horfella, Harkabaho or Horbalu. Some day to reduce it, Netanadi the teen stuff. Torianum Harsana Harna Cascarapa and really and no say to read in Sakamuhutama. Till ever would say, Horror Tomar Lukisare, Duco di Mezi, Banava City, from there in Sealo. Yarele ko Morisi and then Keher Tota, Gijar Tor Latelamo, Western. Haban Sabatuba, Western Babaisa Rockville. Keher Bazade colored people or Tlacamo, Camo Western.
Yeah, well, yes, no. This is Eric. Eric's father and I grew up together. And, well, his father's older than I am. And he's a distant relative of my grandmother. Eric was one of the tough boys, the young fighters, ne? Yeah. Eric ran to me with this massive knife, holding up here, bleeding. I took him to hospital. He's changed his life. Mr. Reyners has changed his life. All these guys have changed their lives. And Eric can tell you himself, it was tough working in Western, trying to get the kids to stop fighting. It was very hard. And then people like the Labour Party and all these people come and mess up our lives. They've done nothing for these people. And the nationalist government has done nothing. So I think what is important for your viewers and other people to understand is that that a whole history is being broken up here. A powerful history of these people is being destroyed. Those homes, why couldn't they build the same homes that they are building in El Dorado Park and in Coronationville in Boston? Why build these bloody rubbish? You know, there's more violence and more raping that goes on in there that has ever happened. And this shows you the people are not consulted. The people are not asked what you want, what are your needs. They are told. And only when this government falls and is destroyed and the true people's government is supplanted its place will we have something better here. So, very arbitrarily, houses were built, which I call stalachs, which in my opinion are fit for the Nazi internees and camps, and of course the people defied the Johannesburg City Council. Everybody was told, don't move in, and the houses stood fallow and they were destroyed, windows were smashed, doors were raped, broken apart, and places were burnt. And of course, the big brother steps in again, the policeman in his strong gun and his strong uniform. And of course, they kept powerful vigilance. There was a massive outbreak of violence in 1980, the police versus the people. Almost 2,000 policemen surrounded this area. searched, raided the homes. Many people were arrested. My son was among them, and also a foster son of mine, Martin Tracy. These were arrested. So the people had quite a show of defiance against the police, which made headlines that the people of Western were determined not to move into these chicken coups, as the houses were called, where people had to develop in houses without ceilings, without hot water.
Meer as 28 jaar gelede het ons 'n alternatiewe pynstiller ontdek, ibuprofen, waarvoor ons die koningstoekenning vir tegnologie ontvang het in Brittanje.
Alles. Ready?
Ja, die wielkens moet samen.
Ja,
nee, die wielkens. Alles. Hij wil botten staan al weg. Al die. Nee, niet hij.
Die van dan wat?
Nee, die 3. Nee, die 3 zo. Hey, waarom zijn we er aan? Qual? Ainda não se lê. Se lê. Ok.
There goes 26 years of staying in Western. Oh my goodness.
Maar je gaat naar jou.
Shame.
Nee, helemaal.
That's the end of 2244 Mabeta Street. Close to 26 years, since 1961. 28.
R40 gee ons die.
Dis baie, wie gaan jy sien?
Ek sit bereid, is maar net tydstoot.
R40 is baie shit.
Ja, dat helpt die kinders in die huis op kos. You see, it's 100 rand by Gonsle. And we're selling it for 40 rand. We put it on a sale price for the other people that want to buy. And I think this will help because we also need money in the house. And there's no jobs and all that. That's why we're cleaning those bricks.
That neighbor was Adams. They also gone. And the last was Maxis. And they also gone. And that tree, it was Mr. Smith. They also gone. And here it's 1, 2, 3, 4 houses left. And the other street, Mapikela Street. You see? So there's nothing anymore. Except the other street, those houses, they're still full. It's only us that we haven't got. Yeah. But most of the trees, I'm going to leave it. You see? All the flowers, I leave most of them. And they're dead. Nothing was all right. Yeah. I know what can I do. Place is run out. You see? Yeah, no like one, it's run out the place now. Wait, I don't know if come including broken, it's broke, demolish one. And the one that's left, it looks like now like a dust. Yeah, the house now it tends to be a dust.
I think also again one has to understand the history of South Africa when one talks about the colored people. A people, in my understanding, in the pristine sense of the word, tells me that they have a geography, that they have a character, that they have a language, which sets them aside from another people, a group, a tribe, which also has its distinct language, its distinct culture. But the colored people have no distinct language, no distinct culture. If one wants to speak in sociological terms, the colored people are seen to be a hybrid species of humanity, products of miscegenation between black and white, cultureless people, according to the white man, who has made these laws, who has defined the status of human beings through race classification, through reclassification laws. Some of us, especially myself, I detest the connotation colored, particularly because it robs the human being who is classified colored of his right to be an African, of his right to claim his heritage in Africa, of African parents, whoever they are. So the designs of the Race Classification Act, the designs of the apartheid system, as formulated by Malan and his predecessors, and Verwoerd, people who came after him, and John Foster and Straydom, is to try and make a colored person always want to be different from the African people, or even from the white people, from whose genes he's made, and from whose genes he also comes from the African family. Nobody can say, this is a white culture. Explain what is a white culture to me. Because the Scots eat innards, the French eat frogs, and people say that's their culture. That is not their culture. Those are the things that make up the culture. What people eat, what people drink, what people sing, how people dance helps to make up a culture. Now South Africa has many different various customs and traditions, from the Portuguese, the Italians, the Scots, the English, and all these make up a South African culture. But we don't, at this moment, have such a culture because of oppression in our country. We don't have a culture whereby which all of the people can enjoy and incorporate and share, because the system is rooted in the evil of human and separation. It is rooted in the evil of apartheid, capitalist domination. It is rooted in the evil of exploitation of one against the other, black of white, white of black, white of white, and black of black. So what we need here is a total destruction of this country and this system. Total. We start from the ashes again, and we build up a new country, a new society based on human beings, not on cultures and traditions. Because to me, a culture is not so important. Human life is the more important thing. Tell me, if you found a man lying in the street and it was not your culture to give him a mouth-to-mouth resuscitation because he's dying, that means that culture means nothing. It is meaningless. If it cannot help to save, if it cannot help to build, if it cannot help to renew human life and human relationship. So in South Africa, culture is a tool of domination. Therefore, culture must be a tool of liberation. I'm sure, and the children of today, especially with the movements of politics as they are, soul brother, as land is at me, as sweet as grain, and I'm sure that that our children will see through all this rubbish. Children who have moved through the blood and flames of June 76, 1980 in Western. These children will destroy this lie of ethnic nationhood, and fight for a broader humanity with all people, white people, black people, and hopefully form a new constitution, a new country. But the chapter would be written in greater blood and in greater flames.
Ilbreu est un quartier de Johannesburg. C'est une des rares zones grises d'Afrique du Sud. On définit ainsi les endroits où cohabitent noirs et blancs malgré la loi. De nombreux enfants qui ont fui la misère des townships vivent dans les rues de ces quartiers. Process est un centre d'accueil pour ces enfants. Il fonctionne grâce à des donations privées.
Process is a project about street children, educational and social support. We sort of cater for children from the streets, and we sort of try, our main objective is to reunite the kids with their parents. And we have a social worker who's a link between the parents and the child, and he investigates the lives of the children or the background of the children.
One by one. Hey, when I do my job, they don't kick me. Ha ha! Tutu, no, Tutu, 1-1. All right, I'm gonna give you one, and you put it on a track. Ha ha ha!
Kundwan, wafunege kishin. Mama nang Kundwan.
Asimba bed.
Dimnati di cornflour.
The white sauce.
Yeah, ele mabal ke di chile utlo. Ba go.
Matolo shoota di nepe mo.
Emela ka motho.
Ka se ke timbel ga se makaroni mo.
Di beto le nrekela pingwa.
Ah, re tla reka mo. Ke be ke le ebi. Ai, nna ke sa No, in your book, where is it? Lulu, it's finished. I want to sing. It's finished. If it's boring, I don't know it.
No, I've got a special one for you. You'll see
This
later.
one, this one.
This one.
This one is H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P-Q-R-S-T-U-V-W-X-Y-Z.
Lekgowa fela. Ha ona le lengwe. Lekgowa. Tshwantse re go tloba. Lekgowa.
What does it mean? Like you?
White man.
Umlungu.
Umlungu, yeah.
Whispering.
Whispering.
What's whispering? No whispering?
No.
Okay?
Rectangle. Ini?
Rectangle.
Rectangle. Okay, masizphinde futhi here before sisenze izinto. In staying like. Alikho straight. Linjena ngithi. Yeah, so le oval. Ne?
Oval.
Yeah, oval. And then ibhola lokudlala isoccer, ifootball lenidlala linjani lo?
Round.
Le round no. So sibiza ukuthi i-circle yona ngithi.
Circle.
Yeah, so uyabona mehlo.
Until he was 4 years old, James Henry Trotter had a happy life.
Chuthi uJames kwakuumuntu ojabulile ukufikela aneminyaka eyi4.
They always called him, "You horrible little animal."
Bebangambizi nangegama labo bambiza ukuthi hey lento leyo ekuyisilwane le.
The hill was so high that from almost anywhere in the garden, James could look down and he could see for miles and miles and miles the countryside around.
And lento kusho ukuthi beyinde kakhulu yabona kusho ukuthi uJames makamile lapha phakathi bekakwazi ukubona indawo enkulu yabona.
He could see forests and fields.
Okay, bekakwazi ukubona ihlathi namasimu.
And on a very clear day, if he looked in the right direction, he could see a tiny grey dot, which was the house that he used to live in before with his mother and father.
I'm a house mother. Is to help the boys with food, to cook for them, to help them with cooking, to teach them how to cook. If there's any problem, then I help them because I'm always there with them. They don't do it by themselves because they're still small. Like Tuesdays, Bongani, he knows how to fry fish. He can fry fish by himself. But because I'm scared it's oil, he's still small, he can burn himself. But Bongani can fry fish. Like this week it was fish cakes. But he can do ordinary fish, he knows how to mix, how many eggs I use and how much flour do I use. Everything is measured, so he knows how much do I use for a day.
He's coming.
I'm coming.
You see another one here.
Oh. You take a scissors and you cut them out.
Sausages, what do you do?
I'll tell you. Cut them out and keep them. Stop it! Let's go. Christopher! Balloon! What's going on here? No. Christopher! Just wait, Stallion. I want to know what that was about.
Stallion, says one. Where's the mistake, you know? Says one. Eh? How far up? Yes, Stallion. What do you do? What do you do? I got all the high tilos at the wall.
Every Monday, we are having a meeting with the boys so that they can tell us what they like and what they don't like. If any boy is fighting with another boy, then we call them together one side and then talk to them what's happening and who started the fight. First of all, I start to talk to them about the behaviors and then how to respect the old ones and the small ones. And then by doing this, I'm trying to put in some other thoughts that they must forget about fighting, so that they must know each other that if they're staying in this place, they must know each other and they must know that they are all brothers.
Tana, tana, tana kumina, pandilumile, esitendeni. Tana, tana, tana kumina, pandilumile, esitendeni. Unyakasutu, ule mbara, usavereki. Tana, tana, tana kumina, pandilumile ma. Esitendeni. You don't forget my school as sport, honey? Yes. Tana, tana, tana kumina, panilumile. Ne, big. Tana, tana ma, tana kumina. Sha. Allah, Allah. Shaba matsuaka ne. U bona kwa sharp after ni. Let's
Concentrate.
all of me.
Best eta ingi kiyama talaganya. Skaza fela. Ah, hey, don't disturb.
Okay, whoa, not fast. Hurry. Twenty fell shebile kwa. Then I'll share bel tena bel go sheba. Ne? Okay.
My name is David.
Yes? Have you made anybody happy today?
Yes.
Who did you make happy?
We're playing nice.
Playing nicely and not fighting. Give it a clap.
My name is Doctor. I'm happy because at process you give us enough food.
That's a good one. What about you?
My name is Sepo.
Yes?
I'm happy because I'm staying here, I'm eating, I'm sleeping.
Very nice. He's happy to stay here and eat and sleep. Lovely, and they've got nice beds too. What about you? What is your name?
My name is Sipo. I'm happy to here in process because it gives us enough food.
Nice food. Seems to be the food.
We want mom. We want mom. We want mom. We want mom. We want mom.
You've got to be very quiet.
And my name is Veronica Ntite. I'm happy because the boys, most of the boys, they listen what I say they must do. Cooking, ironing, and the big boys, I see they look after their clothes. They don't wait for me to say, please, let's go and wash, please, let's go and iron. They do their own choice. Most of the boys I can see, they do their own washing, they don't wait for me. And I'm also happy because when I go home, most of the boys, they take me halfway. And the boys, they're always worried, like last night I went home late. So they're always worried, when are you going home? When they came in, they say, are you still here? So that makes me happy because they think about me. Thank you.
Wahlala nazo waseze akhela bamveza amathelevishini kuyonke le ndawo lena istori saka Golden Child bathi lo mntana bayanceda kakhulu.
It is a tall rocket. It is as tall as 10 houses. The rocket has 3 parts. Pushing the Makata, it's 1, 2, and 3. Is there some way to look out? But yes, there is a way.
Ngisuyakaya ngaba ngibalekile ngoba ngisaba ukuthi nengitshontsha imali edladleni ekhaya. Sika lapho ngabaleka ngazala edrobheni ngiyezwa nje bathi abantwana khona la indawo bahlala kuyitwalati ngaya kuyo ngayolala khona ngaphuma ngayobhema idlu ngayihlala ngaphandle ngalala ngakhona ngizwa amakhaze suka lapho thatha omunye umlungu bangiletha la iprocess bathi process ngayizwa ngathi ngcono kimi ngahlala khona bangenzela everything. Ditab ditab ena ke radio suti ya go tla fatsa la Africa borwa ditaba ke tsena di balla ke tse di sa le balla go thua mahadi PMW potolo la hle ka raskup sa parafine empa motho tsenga ka rthanterisa yena go thua ngwana le pona ba le ka rapata a le pona o la hlele ka suti ya le pona le ka rthanterisa yena o tla maphela ana strike ile go qoqa ka bana nna la tsukere go thua bashimanyana ba bararo ba bolaiwa ke maphele ka bane bashimane ba bararo ba bolaiwa ke maphele ka bane maphele yona ana le ntswembu ene utsile maphele ana tshwere dikoni a batla go hlaba batho ba bararo thile dintshintsi tsona ne di strike le mahadi PMW potho ka bane na tshwere tikete ya le go tlela fatso Ho thwe Mandela yena tlamela a ntshuwe ko toronkong ka bane dintshintshi tsona di strike tse di batla Mandela. Ho thwe Mahadi PMW Botha yena ke tlamele a faswe ka pantyhose. Ho thwile Mandela yena ke tlamele a tswe ko toronkong ka bane dikausi tsa di emetse. Ho thwile dikausi tsa Botha di nkga ka bane ha di hlatswe. Ditaba di fella mona. Mamelang taba tse tlang ka hora ya bosupa.
Vuka kwetini. Nathi intombazane iqhansa. Hatsho. Wala. Mama, sentombazane. Yaza lakho ndim. Bla bla. What? Besha. Nje seyajabula.